So now if you want to break it up, you can do like, you could play it this way. Something like that. Now getting to the bridge, 2, 5, 1 and B flat. So we've got a C minor 7 to an F7 to a B flat major 7. And then it steps down another 2, 5, 1 in the key of A flat. And I didn't write the chords down for that, so I'm going to do that real quick. B flat minor 7 to E flat 7 to A flat major 7. And then you have a quick turn back that gets you back to the beginning. Okay, so look like that. So you've got, so back to the C minor 7, F7 to B flat in the key of B flat. So we've got, so your left hand would be playing C, the root and the 7th for the C minor 7. The right hand would be playing in the C minor 7, the 3rd and the 5th. All right, now you just keep those notes in the right hand. Now you're going to come up a 4th to play F and A, the root and the 3rd for the F7 chord. The right hand keeps playing these two notes, so now we've got, this is the 7th of the F7 chord. This is actually the 9th. So it says F7, but you can always add the 9th as an extension. That's just the same thing as a major 2. So the 9th of an F7 chord or F9 chord is a G. And then we resolve down, the bottom note goes down a 5th, you keep the A. So we've got B flat and A, that's a major 7, so B flat major 7. And we've got a D, the 3rd, and the 5th. So if you want to add in the 3rd, for that one you can. And you can add it here too. Because later on maybe you're going to want to improvise a melody in your right hand and then you'll want that 3rd. Okay? But just for this simple voicing, that's perfect. Okay? Then we're going to turn that into a B flat minor 7 by lowering the D to a D flat, lowering the A to an A flat. Now we have, that's a 2, a 5, and 1 major 7 in the key of A flat major. Then quickly, all you have to do now is take the bottom note up a half step, and that is an A half diminished, or A minor 7 flat 5, to a D7, which is leading us back to G. And actually this would imply kind of a G minor feel, but then it goes back into major, which is very common. And then instead of going to the 1, it goes back to a 3, so you're back to this. And then here's the second part, the 2, 5, 1 and C. Back to repeat that A. Oh wait, no, that time you don't repeat the A, you do the ending. The ending, which is this. So let's go back to the B part. So it goes. So we're on an F7 chord, F9. And now instead of going back to the B minor, we do B flat 6. And then you just keep the G on the top and then the bottom three parts go parallel down to this A7, or those tritone subs, and then A flat major 7, which you can also add the F in if you like. Gives you a 6 as well, and then a G6. So you have root, 5th, 3rd, another root, and you can add the 6th. Okay, so those are your voicings. Now, if you want to improvise on these, there's a lot of, you can think about the modes, such as B minor 7. Actually, I would think of that as a Phrygian mode, like just thinking in the key of G major, notes from the G major scale. You can think of it different ways. You're only going to be there for one measure. And then when you have the B flat 7, it's B flat mixolydian, or what some call the Lydian dominant. That's a mixolydian mode. That's like a major scale with a flat 7. But you can also raise the 4th and it becomes a Lydian dominant, which I think sounds really good here in this context. And then the A minor 7 that would be an A Dorian, so thinking notes in the G major scale again. And then the A flat 7 again would be A flat Lydian dominant, like that. But really, you don't have time to think about all that, and an easy way, if you're not really comfortable improvising, is really just take a cue from the subject of the song itself. It's called the one-note samba. If you center your improv around that one note in the melody and move up and down away from that note and come back, I think that you'll find it, and your ear will find it. So we're going to try a little bit of this, okay? So I might do some, and again, I gave you that C because that gives you something to move around onto, okay? So the left hand's going to go like this. Okay, all right, so let's try it. 1, 2, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Get what I was doing, and I was throwing in some F naturals there, just like a flat 3, and if you were to think about the scales of these, you would see why it would work, but instinct should tell you. And here we want an F sharp instead. Now we're going to have a 2, 5, 1 in C. All you really have to do right now is think of the C major scale. Anything will work. But again, if you just stay around the G and move up and down around that G, then you should come up with some pretty good things. That wasn't very good. Let's try it again. So this one, you have to think mixolydian for that one chord, okay? Try it again. Or now then, we can add a little more color on the G7 if we think of the altered dominant scale, all right? And actually, without going into the